So we knew at this point we had revenue, and the business was in operation. And we had come off the Today Show, had a very good showing, and people were really starting to look at the brand, and customers were starting to come to the site. We did not have the funding to really do strategic marketing or digital marketing, so it was really word of mouth in the early days and free press. Our base was growing, and we made a decision that we need to move the business to a bigger city, and we need to tap a creative talent because we need help. And so we looked at 6 cities. We looked at Washington, D.C., we looked at San Francisco, we looked at New York, we looked at Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. Through our process, very methodical, we were looking for the right city, the right home that would have the right talent, that would allow us to recruit and really build this out. Baltimore was an amazing city for a variety of reasons. It had a venture fund, even though we didn't have a relationship with them. It had a vibrant port. It was a vibrant port city. We love the fact that Baltimore as a city isn't tearing down a lot of the buildings. They're refurbishing them into offices and lofts. And that was a really cool part of the city. The mayor at the time was very active in trying to convince us to come to the city. The Baltimore Development Corporation was great to help us to get here with incentives and a location. And it was in the top 10 green cities in the U.S., which we were completely surprised about. And once we saw that, that was it. We were absolutely going to come to Baltimore. We were friends and family, but we were very milestone driven, and the state of Maryland actually invested before we did our Series A with New Atlantic Ventures, and they were a huge supporter. And then we started to bring in some additional investors in the Baltimore area that basically helped fund the company. At this point, I knew that we needed to look at bigger funding if we were going to truly scale the company. I presented at a MAVA event in Washington, D.C., and that is the first time that I met Thanasis. And we were also working with Dwayne Morris law firm, and Jay Cohen had been very active in making some of these introductions as well. And I met Thanasis, and during our Series A, there were a few firms that were interested in participating and leading that round. And we went through the process, and I knew that New Atlantic was the firm for us, and would be a terrific partner through the process. Well, just looking back to how we funded the business, really sort of on a shoestring when we started, I always believed 6 degrees of separation didn't really apply to us. We had a lot of relationships, and we should leverage the relationships as long as it was brand aligned. And so we could scale the company in the wholesale market with those relationships and put the brand out there, which would also serve as an advertising vehicle. We are in Home Depot today with a very special line. We're in Whole Foods today, we're in Total Wine today. We're in a number of stores across the U.S. today in different capacities. But the real focus is finding the right partnerships who understand the brand, celebrate the brand, and want to really put the brand out there. Today, about half of the business is coming from wholesale and half is coming from our direct-to-consumer. But over the next 3 years, that will change pretty significantly. The direct-to-consumer business is growing at over 100% year over year. And we will actually start to just contain the wholesale part of the business into a very tight model and really focus on the direct-to-consumer business. Total Wine is a terrific partner. We first started with a few items, a few SKUs in a few stores, did very well. We expanded to all stores with those items. We were in the top items for their holiday business a couple years ago. We then expanded into our own branded end cap with them. That did really well, high sell-through, high margin. And now we have our own eco shop in the Laurel store, which is just a terrific Bambeco presentation. Total Wine, terrific company, also Maryland-based company, and I think that we both get to celebrate that, and they love the fact that we're based in Maryland. But they're really fascinated and interested in the sustainability market and how it complements their overall assortment.